Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm excited to talk about a subject that I find to be very interesting. You've heard me mention, and you may see it in the channel description, that I'm an astrologer. This is not an astrology channel, but you are going to hear me from time to time pull in some astrology, especially if I think it's pertinent or appropriate to topics, for example, that we might cover on this channel. And I couldn't help but feel the need to talk about the most recent transit that has occurred this past weekend, and that is that the planet Uranus moved into the sign of Gemini. So why is this important? Well, first of all, for somebody whose channel is called Authentic and Unapologetic, if you understand really the idea that Uranus is the planet of authenticity. Now, obviously, it's the planet of lots of other things, but its number one thing, at least in the way it pertains to this channel, is that it represents authenticity. And Gemini represents, among other things, communication. So for somebody who's takes pride in authentically communicating, you could see why I would be ecstatic about this transit. So, well, what does it have to do with you? Well, what's important to understand is that when a planet transits into a different sign, especially an outer planet. So when I say an outer planet, I mean the planets that are the furthest away from Earth. And Uranus qualifies as an outer planet. Well, what that means is that basically Uranus moving into a sign is probably only going to happen once in your lifetime, because it sits in a sign for roughly 7 years. So for the next 7 years, Uranus is going to be sitting in Gemini. Now, what is important to understand is that the energy, now, of course, how this transit affects a person directly has everything to do with your own birth chart and how that may affect your own birth chart. But from just an overall general energetic standpoint, Uranus in Gemini is going to be about mass awakenings and people coming into a sense of not living an authentic life. And what Uranus does is, in that 7-year period of time, is it creates radical change. So when I say mass awakenings, what I'm basically saying is that there's going to be radical change in terms of people waking up to their authentic selves, to a sense of freedom. And when I say freedom, I'm talking like freedom from the matrix. People are going to feel the sense of wanting to be more independent. People are going to rebel. There's going to be likely more protesting. There's going to be more uprising. So these aren't bad things. These are good things. And in Gemini, it's about learning and thinking and communicating. And so this combination is really going to create an energy that is going to facilitate and foster people beginning to think for themselves, people being wanting to detach from the matrix and see it with their own eyes through their own filter. less about what the media is feeding you. People are going to wake up and realize I'm not happy in this life I live, and I know there's more for me. And there'll be a call to start to move into a more authentic direction. This is not hokey pokey. This is not a bunch of fluffernutter. This is astrologically the energy that we all just moved into. Now, what is so comical to me as I was getting ready to shoot this video is that Uranus moved into Gemini back last fall for a real short period of time. I don't want to get into all the complications of astrology, but the planets, they move in, then they move back, and then they move in, and in this case, it's going to sit there for 7 years. Well, I started this channel in the fall, back in, I think, September. And I did a few videos for maybe a month, and then I kind of put it all on hold. Funny, I put it on hold, and then Uranus left Gemini to go back into Taurus. And then, recently, as Uranus was getting ready to come back into Gemini, I started this channel and made a full-on commitment to it. And that's not going to wane, because the energy is supporting exactly what I'm doing, because I'm communicating my authentic truth. And I'm hopefully going to role model this for a lot of people that may be watching this video, that you can do this too, or just live in your truth, because the energy is supporting us. And so I just got a kick out of it, that I started it, then just as the planet backed out, so did I. And then it started to get ready to move back in. And then I moved in and committed. And now I'm committed, because the energy is going to support this for the next 7 years. I thought it was kind of funny. So what else? What else does this transit mean? So this transit means that the dark side is going to really be fighting against the current. They're going to fight against this energy. So don't be surprised if the media starts to up its ante with its propaganda. Don't be surprised if there, especially leading up to the elections in November, that we start to see more protests, that we start to see more people really speaking out, and as they start to really think for themselves and start to feel empowered to speak their truth, we're going to probably see some more of that. But the big one for me, and the impetus behind why I wanted to do this video, was just the idea that the energy is supporting you. It's supporting your life purpose. It's supporting your divine mission that you came in with. This energy now is really going to help facilitate awakenings for people. And so if you haven't awoken yet, you're probably not watching this video unless you're a hater. But if you aren't a hater and you're watching this video, you've probably already begun to awaken. You're already on the path. Well, this is just going to help strengthen your path. Last thing I wanted to mention, and it's not a rabbit hole I'm going to go down, but Uranus is also the planet of technology, and Gemini is the planet of communication. And so if you are not on the AI bandwagon, I am going to strongly advise you to begin to get familiar with it, to begin to get comfortable with it, and to begin to accept it, because it's not going to go away, and it's going to be radically changing over these next 7 years. And if you don't get on board, you're going to get left behind. I use AI every single day for at least something. Everybody's got this fear because it's been, you know, once AI began, there's these fears that it's going to take over the world and it's going to do this and it's going to do that. Okay, there is no question. It is going to remove a lot of jobs. But they've got to, if it's going to replace a bunch of jobs, there's got to be a shift in the financial system, because you can't take a bunch of jobs away and have a bunch of people that don't have a place to work and then don't have any money to support all your technology. So it's going to take a lot of jobs away, but in my belief is it's going to free people up to do what they authentically want to do. So I don't see it as a bad thing personally. I know some people do. Spare me the comments. It's just my opinion, but it's not going away. The astrology supporting it. For the next 7 years, you're going to see it. You know, it came out of nowhere. You're seeing it more and more and more, and it is going to radically change your life. And if you embrace it, it's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier. So anyway, this is my little soapbox speech on AI, but it is consistent with the astrology, so I wanted to at least mention it. But mostly, the energies are fully supporting your wanting to live in a more authentic life. So again, if it's something that you feel like you're being called to do and want some help, it's what I do. I help people coach people to help them live a more authentic life, and I use astrology to kick off the coaching. Because what we can get from your birth chart, we can learn a lot about your life and your soul purpose, your gifts and talents, and some of the challenges that you have in life. And it's a great place that we can start with, and then we can always refer back to it as we go through the coaching process. So I do have some slots available. If that's something that you might be interested in, please hit me up. Until next time, have a great day, and I will catch you next time.